What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the NECA Pennywise the Dancing Clown from It. Now this is NECA's final attempt at Pennywise from the 2017 version of It, which I am really looking forward to. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get them opened up, and then we'll have a better look at the ultimate Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have the NECA Pennywise the Dancing Clown pose and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at Pennywise, let's actually run through his accessories because he does come with quite a few. Starting at the top, he does come with 4 separate head sculpts. He comes with the angry expression head that he has on him right now. He does come with the charred arm head, which is done really well and has some articulation. He comes with the lady in the painting head, which is really terrifying, and I do like that. And then finally we do get the Deadlights head, which does light up, and it looks really awesome. And it's a really bright LED, and I wish I could show that off, but my lights would actually cancel that out. He also does come with 2 different sets of forearms. He comes with the regular forearms, which all the other Pennywise have come with. And then he also does come with the 2 crab or spider leg forearms, which again are done fantastic. NECA knocked it out of the park with those. He also does come with four hands, 2 pairs. He comes with a pair of fists for his regular arms, and he comes with a pair of open arms, or open hands for his regular arms. So overall, this Pennywise doesn't come with a super amount of accessories, but they are all done really, really well, and I do like that. So what we're going to do now is actually get a closer look at Pennywise. And so here we have a closer look at the Pennywise the Dancing Clown version, and I think NECA keeps doing a great job with these head sculpts. You can see this head is the more angry head, where he has the really, really evil looking eyes, so I really do like that. His face paint is done really well. You can see that it's a really deep shade of red, which looks really good. You can see all the cracks on his forehead. They're done phenomenally. I do like his hair. I think out of all the Pennywise, I think they've done a really good job with the hair on this version. You can see it's still that really nice shade of orange with some dry brushing in it just to highlight some of the details. And it does look really, really good, even on the back. So no doubt you can tell that this is Pennywise the Dancing Clown. And again, they do a really good job. All the heads on this figure are done really well, but I think my favorite out of it is the Deadlights head. Right now I do have the battery pack closed off so the light doesn't come on. But you can see all the teeth in here are sculpted, and that's a really good thing. I really do like that. And in the center is the LED for the Deadlights, so really looking forward to showing that off in pictures. On to his costume now. Sculpt-wise, it's the exact same Pennywise that we got with his initial release, the GameStop exclusive release, the Well House Pennywise, and now this version. Now, unlike those other versions, this one has the most highlighted detail, and that's just because they threw a wash over him. I really do like the darker colors on this Pennywise. All the other Pennywise had the little brighter pom-poms right here. He has the really dark red pom-poms, and they look really good. Again, this Pennywise does have a black wash going throughout his costume, where all the other ones might have had like a lighter gray or a darker gray. This one has a black wash, and you can see it does a phenomenal job highlighting all the little crevices of his costume. Even right here on his collar, you can see it brings out so much detail. And again, the red that they use is a much darker red. It's not the bright red that we saw at the initial release, so it has been getting darker gradually. You can see that wash continues all the way through his arm. We finally do get a fist for Pennywise, although this is not the way I'm going to have him posed. More than likely I'm going to have him posed with the crab arm, which we'll have a look at right now. So going down, you can see I do have him with the crab or spider arm. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm calling it the crab arm, but it's sculpted wonderfully, and it's done in a base gray plastic, but they threw the red wash over it, so it still highlights all those details, and it looks really, really menacing. I mean, it looks like something that you don't want to trifle with, and I really do like that little detail. All the spikes are sculpted wonderfully, and it is a little bit sharp. They're not, well, the smaller ones here are a little pointy, so do be careful, but as they get longer they are a little more flexible. Going on to his forearm right here, you can see it just continues almost matching the pattern on his clothes, so I do like how it all looks uniform. We do have his puffy pants right here, and again we continue to see that black wash throughout the costume, and it just brings out so much of those details. I think out of all the Pennywise from the 2017 version of it, this might be my favorite one just because of how much that black wash does bring out details. Moving on to his legs, you can see he of course has that mummy wrap style pants, which again are just highlighted by that black wash. Going on to his little tassels right here, you can see they are the darker red with looks like some cream color in them, which I think all the other versions have done that, but because they were brighter red it kind of got lost. But here the cream can actually be seen against the dark red. Looking at his boots, he of course has the same boots, those really nice clown boots, and again those really dark red tassels, or not tassels but pom-poms. So overall they did a fantastic job with this Pennywise. So what we're going to do now is actually get him compared to a few other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Pennywise posed next to a DC Multiverse Superman and a Marvel Legends Cyclops. Here we have Pennywise posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally here we have the Dancing Clown variation posed next to the original Pennywise release and the Wellhouse Pennywise. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually run through Pennywise's articulation. Now he does have the same articulation that we've seen on all the other figures with one little exception. He does have a double ball peg in the head, although you don't get too much movement out of it just because of how the head comes down, and it does hinder that articulation. Does turn left and right as well as has some slight head tilt. We do get a ball joint at the neck, so that does help him look up. It does help him look down. Using both joints gives him a lot of range of movement. He does turn left and right. Arms are on ball joints. I believe that's as far out as they go, but I think that's pretty standard on Pennywise. His arms do a full 360, which work really well. He does have a bicep swivel. Double bend in the elbow works pretty good. We have a bicep swivel and an elbow swivel. We have a forearm swivel. And then we have a hinge in the wrist, which does go up and down. And then he does turn at that wrist joint. Moving on to his crab leg, which is a little bit heavy. As you can see, if you have him posed a certain way, it doesn't really hold. It's a really heavy accessory, so do be cautious on how you have that. If you have a stand to help support it, I would recommend you use that. But as it stands, we still get a swivel where it connects to his forearm. We do have a hinge at that knee. I don't really know what you want to call it. And it does swivel inside there, so we do get some movement. So I really do like that. Again, it is a really heavy accessory, and if you try having his arm up, you can see it does move down. So be aware that this does make his arm heavy and might weaken that joint over time. So pose it at your own discretion. He does swivel at the waist, and he does go back and forward really well. Really do like that joint. We have some side to side. Legs go forward to about there, go back, they go out about that far. His puffy pants do get in the way. He does have a thigh swivel up high, thigh swivel up high. He has a double bend in the knee, although that joint seems to be a little bit stuck right here, so let's see if this knee, that knee does bend a little bit better, but it's still a little stiff. I'll have to heat that up. But he does have a double bend in the knee, swivel at the calf, swivel at the top of the knee, so we do get rotation there. He has a hinge in the ankle, which goes back. Doesn't go too far forward, and then forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, good articulation here on Pennywise. It's nothing we haven't seen before. So what I'm going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Pennywise the Dancing Clown posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do love the paint job on this figure. Now, being a figure that we have seen several times in the past, I think the accessories on this figure more than make up for it. The detailing on him is pretty much the same as all the other Pennywise that we've seen in the past, although the new head sculpts do make this figure, in my opinion, a must-have. Now, this Pennywise is a little more pricey because of the Deadlight's head does use an LED light. This Pennywise is going for about $30 at local retail, which is kind of expensive for a 6 to 7 inch figure, but I think this figure more than makes up for it with the level of details, and the fact that you can swap parts with all the other Pennywise that you have, I think makes this an even better figure. If you don't like the heads he comes with, you have plenty of other heads to choose from. I believe at this point we have 11 to 13 different heads we can have on Pennywise, so displaying him with separate heads is not any problem or an issue. Now, if you are looking for this Pennywise, I have seen him at Target, and I am seeing him at my local comic book stores. If you do have a local comic book store, do check them out, because that's where I picked mine up. So huge shout out to Black Sheep Comics for getting this figure out to me so I could review it for you guys. And it did run me about $30, so on average you're looking to pay about $32 after tax for this figure. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other NECA videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. And while you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.